Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The strap hanging out of my dress is really bothering me, but it is what it is. How's everybody doing this morning? I pray everyone is doing fine. This morning is sponsored by Durban Poison, which is a sativa, Glass Sipper, which is a sativa, Mendo Breath, which is an indica hybrid, ice water, hash infused, ready to roll. THC 29.58%. Um, all I know is it works. The terpenes in this are limonene, caffeine, and myrcene. Limonene helps with your brain, the anxiety, the racing, all of that. Caffeine helps with um, anti-inflammatory, and myrcene also helps with anti-inflammatory and pain. It also gives you that head rush that some people like. Um, though I never get the head rush, I have ADHD. Weed does not, or cannabis, shall I say, does not affect me the same way that it affects everyone else. So with that being said, let's get this party started, right? Eh, eh, let's get this party started quickly, right? Set it out to the. No, that's not it red, and it just made me want to go. Ooh, no, I will not on here. Um, yeah. So that have my cup of coffee. Of course, you know the brand is Starbucks. I have my own barista, but I don't know what it is because it's already ground in the container. I get to spend a little time with y'all this morning because my oldest is here with my youngest. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. I need that help today. So I'm happy about that. And I'm happy she's here because she got my grandbaby in her belly. So I get to talk to my grandbaby anytime I want to. It's a boy. Did I tell y'all? It's a boy. Grandma's Jim. Need y'all to pray for me because I want his middle name to be David. I don't care about the first name. I really, really want his middle name to be David. Um, if they don't give me nothing else, I want that. And for several reasons. It's pretty cool because I get the title is Smiling Through Pain. So I'm going to share with you why I want my grandbaby's middle name to be David. In 1 minute, y'all. That little, you know how sometimes you roll, but for whatever reason, that tip of it will not stick. Smiling through pain, and why I want David. All right, so y'all ready? Here's a little short story for you. Got pregnant with her the summer of my senior year, the summer before my senior year, shall I say? Um, I found out I was pregnant before I even went back to school, right? And I mean, oh, my mom immediately says, "You know what you gotta do," and I'm like, "No, mama." She wanted me to have an abortion, and I said no. And I'm not going to go into the traumas of my mom and I as this week, is hey Antonio Fernandez. Did I say that right? Whip, your camera's frozen. It's not frozen, hon. That's my backdrop. I'm not coming on. Hi Roxana, how are you? Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to finish the yeah. So she made me have an abortion. Well, she wanted to make me have an abortion. Let me say that. And I said no. I knew that I was going to have my baby. Hey, Joe. And but with all the previous turmoil, and if y'all don't mind, please hit the like button. That'll help me out a lot. I'm glad you're doing good. Is it Roxana? Um, I just knew I wasn't. Now, some of y'all know the some people sleep on live to get hours. I don't. Um, it's not that crucial for me. Let me get the story out. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm not gonna see any comments. So my mom wanted me to have an abortion, and I guess I should say my mom already had my brother, Ivy, who lives with me now. Ivy was is nonverbal autism, cerebral palsy, on oxygen the first 10 years of his life, has a trach, all of that. So And then she had my younger brother. So I know my mama was under a lot of stress. And in her mind, she's thinking, you're 17, about to be 18. I can't take care of a baby. What she didn't know was I understood the assignment. I knew what I had gotten myself into. And I was going to do what needed to be done, right? So, and the reason for the story is because I'm telling you why I want my grandson's middle name to be David. My grandfather's middle name is David, the greatest man I know in my eyes. Um, my protector, my he just kept me safe. And my granddaddy wasn't even a tall, big man. He was a short man, but he made me feel safe. And T. Amber's grandfather, my ex-husband's father, my daddy. If it makes it better to say daddy-in-law or whatever, but I never saw that because the first time that man met me, he said, "Hey, daughter." I said, "Hey, daddy." And that was our relationship. He stood by me with that. Um, my mom was a big bully. She was my bully. She's the biggest bully I've ever had in my life. Therefore, I can't be bullied by nobody else. And in her mind, she probably thought that was her training for me, preparing me. And if that was the case, she was very successful because ain't nobody gonna bully me. That's for sure. Um, but he stood up to her with me and not in a disrespectful way. He simply said, "You don't know what this baby's going to be. You don't know if this baby's the next president. You don't know if this baby has the cure for cancer. You don't know if the baby has the cure for AIDS. You don't know." And my mom said, "Fine, I give up. But I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Don't ask me for no pampers, no this, no that." Yeah, that's the regular rundown. My mama loved that girl so much. They had the greatest relationship. And I thank God for it. It was everything that I wanted in a mother. But my daughter got to experience it twice from me and my mother. So I'm cool with that. So the David is, he helped me. And that's like I said, he was the David to my Goliath. My mother was my Goliath. But her grandfather helped me stand to make sure she was brought into this world. And so David is really special to me. So I hope she goes with it. Now the first name, they can have their way. Because I know to them David is probably old. But I do want David. Hey, create and relate. How you doing? How are you feeling? How's your pain today? How's your mental today? How are you today? Do you know a girl does a sleep stream on you? Yeah, several girls do. Joe, don't let me tell you something. Cause you sounded real. I was about to sing it to a few because I knew that they was trying to get their channels up, but now I'm not even tell you because I'm concerned. Why you want to know if they sleeping, Joe? Tell me, Joe. Why you want to know if they sleeping? Huh? What you over there trying to do? Huh? Let me know, Joe. I do want to tell y'all something though. Um, level 7 today. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't know what it is with the sleep because I promise you, my husband, my daughter, myself, my brother, we have not been sleeping well. Like this house at night has been like a convenience store between the bathrooms and the this and the TVs and the up and I'm like, what the hell? I feel like I need to go through my home and do like this, like my grandmama used to do a spiritual sweep, open these doors and clean it out. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, but see, that's how you know creating relate. I don't know if you was here the other day when I was saying I was talking to my friend, and she said, "Well, what's your pain level for a second?" She needed something. I know she did. She was like, "I need a favor from you." I was like, "What's up?" She was like, "No, you sound like you don't feel good." I was like, "Girl, it's the fibro is fibroing. What's up?" She said, "What's your pain level?" I said a 7. She said, "No, ma'am. Get off this phone. Goodbye. I'll get somebody else to do it." I was like, "What do you need? I can do it." She's like, "No, ma'am." What she don't realize is I function on a 6 to 7 on a daily basis almost. If I don't, I won't function. And that's when I realized people really don't understand this fibromyalgia and chronic pain. They really think it's something that comes and go. They don't realize it's something that just stays. And you got to figure out how to deal with it and smile through the pain. You find yourself excited about a 7. Hallelujah. I'm a 7 today. You know, and you know a 7 that should be painful. It is painful. Sorry, y'all. No, I'm not. I'm lighting. Hold on. I'm apologizing. Much better than the 10, though. Any day. I hadn't even done mine. I would say mental health check-in. I'm a 10. Better mentally than I've been in a while. I got a lot of stuff going on, but my pain is a lot better. I think I was at a 7, 8 yesterday. I'm like a 5 today. 6 is functional. 7 is a take it a bit easier. Yes, yes. Now don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easier, but 7, I'm gonna get up. The only way I'm not getting out of bed truly is a 9 to a 10. I was gonna say even an 8.5, but an 8.5, I'm so hard headed. I should stay in the bed and I'm gonna push myself. But I'm working on it because I know everybody's limitations is different. So that goes back to smiling through the pain. I didn't realize how, um, like in school, even in high school, even adults on jobs, I would come in to, I can't even remember what job it was, but every morning I was greeted with, "Good morning, sunshine." Being a single parent, though, I struggle to rest. Oh, I can understand. I can understand. And I don't want you to think it's easier because it's two. Because when my husband is asleep, he's asleep. And understandably so. He's carrying the house. I can't say that enough. Like literally, and people say that's not what a husband's supposed to do. No, 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 no. He's carrying the house. He goes to work. He's cleaning the house. He's my baby's at the door. I got it. Hold on, Daisy. You supposed to be with your sister. So
Why?
red.
Why?
Where you got the markers? I don't have a red one. What you doing? Coloring?
Why?
Where's her red one? I don't have a red one, babe. You have to find it. I know you ain't talking about Coke. You are not getting a Coke. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Go drink some water. God bless you. Give me kisses. I love you. Bye bye. Mama doing grown folk
Why?
stuff. Okay. Can your sister put you in bed? Can Tiamber do it? Tiamber put her in the bed. Lord have mercy. Okay, y'all, hold on a second, cause my baby wants to be tucked in, and guess who's finna go tuck her in at 13? Her mama. Hold on, create and relate. I'm coming right back. Y'all hold them for me. I'm gonna tuck her in real quick. Sorry. Thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry. So sorry. And create and relate. I get it. I can't hold you. Forgive me for even saying that. Having someone doesn't necessarily change it. And I say that because like right now, I ain't what I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I was Desi's everything therapist. I figured everything out for her. These last going on 4 years, that's had to be. It's become much more like my husband's responsibility, and it's a lot. It's hard on the marriage. I would be lying if I said it wasn't. This is hard on a marriage because you have to still figure out how to find time for each other when y'all tired, when you ain't sleeping, when it can be exhausting on so many levels. Um, and that's why I really do thank God for my husband. I do. I do. I do. Because I don't know if I could do this alone. So I am sorry, Create and Relate, for not acknowledging that. Mine left when the going got tough. That's not a real man. And I'm sorry to have to say it that way. But that's not a real man. A real man doesn't leave when things get tough. No. I'm so sorry. Do you have a village? I, and I asked that because today I had to come to the realization that God ordained a village for my daughter. He did. She's been blessed with a godmother, godfather. Godmother has a husband and children. Godfather has a wife and children. So she literally has two whole families that God ordained for her. Um, in these last 4 years, or before in August, any assistance I've had with my daughter, it's been paid. That's not a good feeling. When you have family, you have friends, but in order to get a reprieve, in order to get relief, respite, you have to pay. That's not a real village. That's not how it should be. So I pay, but I posted about it today on my private Facebook so that my families and friends can see that, yeah, Desi has an ordained village and y'all ain't been showing up. No love lost, but we need to fix this. We need to fix this. My mom and dad are my glue. And to God be the glory for that. Someone said um, yesterday, I don't remember who it was, saying, it seems like when we get older, we need our parents more. And I couldn't find that to be more true. As chaotic as my relationship was with my mom, she's familiar. She's been through what I'm going through. I would totally listen right now if I could just talk to her and get some advice because she did it with my brother, you know. They have the kids overnight every 8 weeks. That is a blessing to even have a consistent schedule with someone where like that gives you something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dope. That is dope. Totally agree. When you're younger, you're fighting to be independent. We've always been really close. And that's what I'm trying to create with my kids. Like I talked about parents in classes the other day, but y'all, I took them because I knew there had to be a better way, and I just hadn't seen it. So I'm glad that I did. Did I bleed on my kids some? Yeah, I did. It wasn't intentional, but it was because I wasn't healed and I didn't know what was right. And with each child, you learn differently. I'm thankful that my oldest and I are as close as we are because, again, we kind of grew up together. But I made it my business to be her mother and not her friend. I didn't go to the clubs when she was younger. I didn't. I chose to. I had a baby, so I had to be a mama. Plus, my mama wasn't going nowhere on graduation night when my friends was going out. It's like, you coming with us? My mama was like, I'm not watching that, baby. I got work in the morning. You gonna have to come to the house. I was like, yeah, dang, can't even go to graduation. But hey, I chose to have a baby. So what I do? I go home with my baby. Oh, trifling ass pappy didn't even wait. He could have watched it that night. Now that I think about it, but it's okay. That time has come and passed. She's a beautiful young lady, teacher. So yeah, um, life happens, and the fact that you have parents to help you, I think is dope. The fact that they have a relationship with their grandparents, dope. My youngest won't ever get to really experience that. My mother passed when she was 4 or 5. I can't even remember. How old is she now? 13. Yeah, 5. My mother in love, my new mother in love, um, she passed away in 2021. So she had a grandma. Like I have pictures with her with my mom. I have pictures with her grandmother. But she doesn't get that grandmotherly getaway. It worries me daily that they're not going to be around forever. And I have few people to turn to. So let me tell you this. And this is, I promise you, I can only tell you this because I witnessed this. My mother, and I guess I'm talking a lot about her because her birthday was yesterday and it's tomorrow. And I'll explain it again. All my life, her birthday was July 23rd. She needed a birth certificate to go on a cruise. She got the birth certificate, and boom, she found out her birthday is really the 21st. So for majority of my life, she's a Leo, and I guess she's a Cancer. I don't know. So that goes to show signs don't really matter. I reckon. I don't know. So I celebrate the 21st because she chose that date. She says, "Oh, what's on my birth certificate?" So going forward, that's what I'm gonna honor. However, she celebrates the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So the 23rd, because it's what's familiar to me, it pops up the most. But recently, the 21st is it's kind of been, since she's passed on, it's kind of been like a continuous moment of just constantly thinking about her and things. So I'm saying this to say this. You said it worries me daily that they're not going to be around forever, and I have few people to turn to. My mama spent a lot of her life, a lot of Ivy's life, worrying about what would happen to Ivy if she's not here. Who's gonna care for Ivy if I'm not here? How is Ivy gonna be treated if I'm not here? When I tell you out of her children that are remaining, he is the one that is thriving the best. He has no worries. He's with me. I'm not finna let anybody hurt him. He's not going to anybody's facility. My amazing husband stood on the stand after his father signed over his rights to my husband, hmm and told the judge, I'll take him on. I will take responsibility for him. So my husband and I are my brother's conservatives. So if something happens to me, there doesn't have to be this major swift or shift or change because he's familiar with my husband. He's familiar with our home. And that's my brother. He ain't going nowhere else. So that 11-year 4 month difference really did work in his favor because his sister ain't going. He's not going. But I will tell you, out of all of my mother kids, he's the one that is thriving the best, the absolute best. So don't worry. Don't worry about what will occur in your absence because there's nothing you can do about it. And I had to learn that because I spent a lot of time worrying about what's going to happen to this, if something happen to me. Remember, I had 2 brain surgeries. What's going to happen if I don't make it out of this? How's this going to be? Da da da. No, I've got a peace that I don't even worry about that. I can't. I just saw how much time my mama wasted worrying about that. And he's good. He's really, really good. That's beautiful. Both of my children are diagnosed with autism. They are working hard on independence at the moment. And guess what? And they can be. Don't get me wrong. If something happens, prime example, our home, it goes to Desi and Ivy, period. I'm making sure that things are in a trust for them so they'll always have somewhere to go. So push come to shove, someone may have to come in here to care for them, but they have a place that they can be and they can be together and care for us together. So all you can do is what you can do now to make sure they're set up, but you cannot worry. That's taking additional years off your life. My mother was 57 when she left here. That's young. It's very young. So you can't worry about that. And worrying about that steals time from the present. Oh, that was for me. Worrying still. Oh, God. That was for me, y'all. Give me a minute. That was for me. Worrying steals time from the present. Do you get that? Like, can you just visually look at it? Close your eyes and visually think about the future. You're in the present, but you're thinking about the future. So they're stealing time from your present moment. What can you be thinking about in this moment or doing in this moment? Oh, God, I hear you. That was for me. Oh, that was for me. I'm sorry, but that was for me. Because I hate the unknown of this fibromyalgia. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the unknown of chronic pain. I hate it. I will go days without eating because I hate having to depend on other people. So much so, just yesterday, my husband said, dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. I said, okay, I'm good. I'll probably eat a little later. He said, have you eaten today? I said, no, I had a cup of coffee. He said, you have to take medicine. I was like, yeah, I'm going to eat. And they said, no, I'm going to go ahead and eat now. This disorder, syndrome, whatever, can be so debilitating. But I am not going to worry about the things that I don't know or that I can't change. I'm just going to stay in the moment, focus on the present, and just take it each moment as it comes. I needed that. Oh, I needed that. Thank you, Create. We're conditioned to think that way because we care for those around us. Yeah, warriors. We definitely fight through. We fight through. We smile through. We show up through. Yeah. Yes, we are warriors. Real deal warriors. Creating, relating. Don't forget that. I'm telling you, don't forget it, and you the one who had to remind me. I have to laugh at myself sometimes, y'all, and I don't know where it came from. But I want y'all to know that it was real, it was vulnerable, and I'm not taking it out because that's what this channel is for. That's what this channel is for. Woof, my God. Whew. Easy to say it to others, just not to ourselves. You are so right. And thank you. I needed that. But again, that's why this channel is here, y'all. I don't want to just benefit. Like, I want y'all to benefit too. Iron sharpens iron. That's Bible. Um, but it's also universe. What you pour into is gonna grow. It's gonna grow. Whew. Man, thank you, Create and Relate. Girl, you done came here this morning and just, woo, I feel a little lighter. Didn't even know I was feeling heavy. I said I was a 10. You remember that? I think I need a full definition of what each number is. I'm going to create that for us. I will tell you, I've been doing a lot more adult coloring. You, now I'm finna get really, you are meant to be here. This is just today. But the first day that we connected, I knew that that was a connection that would last. And so you are meant to be here. You are. We are meant to be here for such a time, for such a time as this. And again, that's Bible. Hmm. Yes. I have one I've been trying to upload, but I think I'm just gonna let it go because it's too long. And I'm having trouble compressing it. But then the last two things I didn't even record, but I'm going to record my next one and just talk through it and then upload it. But it is definitely good for your mind, body, and soul. And I tell people that all the time. People joke about it, think, like, "Oh my God, you grown in coloring, baby." You don't even realize how you helping the inner child, especially if you're creative. Now, if you're not a creative, it may not benefit you like that. YouTube manager reporting for duty. Good morning, Gio. How are you, little bro? You doing all right this morning? I love it. I love it. It's just something about even shading in or using gradients. Like it just, yeah. That's why I love being creative. I don't have to put physical energy in on my bad days. Yes. I'm good. I'm happy. That's what it is, Gio. Yes. I actually made a video to, not a video, it was a Facebook post. And I'm sorry my Facebook post can't be public. It is public um, to my followers, but it's not public to those who aren't my friend because I do have family photos there. And the photos that's available to see, I want you to be able to see them. The photos that's not, I don't want you to see them. So that's how I run that page. But I literally told them, I said, I had created a fibromyalgia video. And I just shared it. But when I shared it, I said, it's hard. I've always, it's always been hard for me to articulate words. Hey guys, please hit the like button for me if you hadn't. Thank you. Um, but I'm a creative through and through. I sing. When bones aren't hurting, I dance. I write poems. I write short stories, color, even draw. Um, when it comes to music, I feel it through my veins. Vocals. Give me just some good music. I can break down like each part, just hearing it, and even the different instruments from the keys to the bass. Um, Drum to the bass guitar to the guitar to the keytar to the keys to the bells to the microphone that you speak in. I mean, not the microphone, the keyboard where you can speak into it and make the, just all of that. I love music to that degree. Um, and I said, so when I make these videos, I'm literally telling a story about me. And I said that to my family and friends. I said right down to the song choice. So start paying more attention to these videos, not because I want them to go viral or because I want to get paid, but because I really am sharing my journey with you through these videos. And what I don't want to hear is something happen is I ain't know so and so was going through da 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 da. I didn't know so and so had to deal with. No, yeah, you did. You just didn't pay attention. Yeah, you did. It just didn't matter to you in that moment. Baby, when I tell you I'm on the roll of telling my family and friends the real, I am. Because too many times y'all wait till people are dead and gone to give them their flowers when they can't hear it. It makes no sense to me. I know for a fact if God called me home today, my husband would have to get one of the biggest churches in this city. And that's not me speaking highly of myself to that degree, but I know he would. Because that many people I've touched, I've helped their children, I've stepped in for their families, I stood in their stead. So they're going to show up to show their respects because in the South, that's what we do when people die. But what I want people to realize, if you would have stepped in while I was living, dealing with it, I probably could have lived a little bit longer. So don't wait till I'm dead to try to do nothing for me. I ain't going to see it. That's why I love Michael Jackson. You feel everything, everything, everything. And I don't ever want, if me, and this is the truth, if God healing me from fibromyalgia means I will never feel anything again, I'll keep it. Don't take it, Lord. Because my good definitely outweighs my bad. I don't think there's a church big enough to hold that many people. Oh, gee, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. That was so sweet, Gio. Thank you. You're a good little brother. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. You hear me? But I know it will be packed. And everybody will have a story about what Aisha did for them. And it ain't even that I want y'all to do nothing for me. But show up. Show up for me like I've showed up for you. But it's so easy to forget those moments. Whew. Gio, you made me cry. Well, I was already a little sensitive, and it right there just sent me over. Thank you, Gio. That was too sweet. Whew. But all I can say is to God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things he has done. By his power, he saved me. With his blood, he raised me. To God be the glory for the things he has done. And I mean that. Even now. To God be the glory. Whew. To God be the glory. Oh, yeah, this thing called life. Gotta make it what you want, and I'm smiling as I'm saying it. Because ain't nobody gonna change it for you. We can deal with this pain and be negative about it, or we can deal with this pain and be positive about it. I'm choosing positive as much as I can. And when I can't bring positivity, I'm gonna try my best not to bleed on you. You're a real inspiration. I'm always here for you. You have been here for me always, and I will be there for you until the end. Thank you, Gio. I appreciate you more than you know. Y'all have blessed me this morning. Creator Relate said she was meant to be here. Yeah, I'm starting to believe you because well, I know you were, but you blessed me this morning. Ooh, my. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, God. I see what you're doing. Whew. Okay. It's crazy because the topic was smiling through the pain. And so now y'all know. Just because I'm smiling. And that was my reel on Facebook. It literally showed, and it's public, so anybody can see it. But it literally shows like fibromyalgia, how it affects me, pictures of me, and in all those pictures, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. But I assure you, in every one of those pictures, I also can tell you what was hurting me, what was bothering me that day, what I set aside that day to be able to be in that place. This smile right here. Y'all know for a fact, Saturday I was in pain. I came on here and said it. I literally slept up until, well, no, I take it back. I went to the dispensary. I went live with y'all. Then I did. I slept up until time for the shower. I mean, the gender reveal. I didn't use my cane. I told y'all I wouldn't, and I was hard headed and I didn't. But God is so good, I didn't even have any pain to that degree that I needed the cane. I was able to, yeah, yeah. Some of it is on my IG, so y'all can look at it over there. But if we don't have tears, we don't know how. Ooh, ooh, create and relate, that's it. But if we don't have tears, we don't know how to be grateful, happy, and smiling. That too. hmm There's an old song called Be Grateful, and it says, my tears make me appreciate the good time. Yeah. And then God bottles up our tears. They're precious to him. That's Bible. That's Bible. That's for sure. I really thank y'all. Y'all have uplifted me this morning, and I didn't even know I needed uplifting. But I feel lighter. And so I didn't even know that I had something heavy on me. But that happens sometimes. And I think y'all, I don't know if y'all are how churchy, but this is an old hymn. I don't even know how it starts, but the part that I remember is love lifted me when nothing else would help. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. It was an old church hymn. I remember learning it when I was little. Aisha, you might not see it, but you have a purpose to be here to help people, inspire them, help them to not be alone in what they might be going through and keep them happy and smiling. Your energy and who you are and your purpose is what has kept me around. Thank you, Gio. And I've always said, if I can touch just one, I've done my job. So thank you. And thank you for always giving me my flowers. while I can smell them, while I can feel them. Thank you. Because there is a blessing in feeling appreciated. I would be lying if I said there was. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I got what do you call it? Reprieve today. Like I said, my oldest is here taking care of the youngest. But if you go back to Saturday, so that this picture is from Saturday. The gender reveal colors were red if you thought it was a girl, teal if you thought it was a boy. So grandmama was coming with both colors on. And don't assume because I had on more red, I was coming for a girl. I'm a whole member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. Of course I was gonna wear red. What other color did y'all think I was gonna put on? Um, but I knew it was a boy. Um, the day she told me. I said I like a girl, but something's telling me this is a boy. But behind that smile was a day. That morning did not start out well. Y'all can go back to that live. I was telling y'all all the different things I was gonna do to try to get myself together, and I got together. I was there. I did it. I did it. And now I just need y'all to remember, pray for me. We want his middle name to be David. That's it. His middle name to be David. Both colors. Aisha ain't got no chill, y'all. And then you know how they do the video? Because my daughter, she's a CC as well. I just don't push her because my other channel, it's kind of in the beef sector right now. And baby, one of them come from my baby, and she just as crazy as her mama. She got both her grandmamas in her. Like my mama was crazy, y'all know. I shared the stories, but her daddy mama crazy too. I ain't finna give her no reprieve either. And she got both of them in her. That girl is crazier than her mama, and she got the most beautiful smile. She just, I know she get, baby. She tops my crazy. I know she do. I know she do. And she a Aries, baby. Y'all think I'm gonna give you the prime example? Haley, baby, Haley Bailey. She's just the darker version, and she sings better. I mean, she does. I ain't gonna say that. I take that back. Haley has a beautiful voice. They sing in their own. Y'all see how I just self-corrected? They both have beautiful voices, and actually, even though they're both R&B, they have their own sound, and that's what I should have said. We got to start uplifting each other. Cut that out, Gio. Cut that out. But you about right. Gio said, yes, I know the entire bloodline is crazy from you. Cut that out. I'm working on it. I tried to stop a lot of stuff. I'm in therapy. If I could go twice a week, I would, but it's not clinically recommended. That's what my therapist told me. I said, I gotta get all this messed up out of me before my grandbaby get here, because I'm not gonna be dealing with none of this and have my little grandbaby. No, 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 grandbaby gonna have a fresh start. My therapist said, and you were how old? As far back as you can remember, some of your traumas, about 4 or 5. And you're how old now? So you think you finna get rid of 40 something years of trauma in 25 weeks? I said, is it possible? Yes, ma'am. I'm ready to do the work. She said, very ambitious of you. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. She said, so what I need you to do is just stop worrying. You're not gonna bleed on grandbaby because you're doing the work. And we're gonna keep doing the work even when grandbaby get here, okay? I said, okay. But baby, I was serious. Don't play. No, y'all don't know. I'm determined. I mean, if the riches and fame come, hey, my house right now, I told my brother's person, well, is it home health aide, personal assistant. She's been with him since my mom passed. And we just, even December, it'll be 8 years. And that was the last person my mama hired. She will not get fired. Her job is sealed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't even understand how solidified her job is. She could take off a year and come back and she still got her job. That's just how solidified it is because The last thing my mama wrote in my diary, in her diary, her journal, is I know God sent blah 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 to me, and that's my brother's assistant. So who finna fire her? Not me. For what? She ain't did nothing. She's my help, baby. When I tell you, she family. Mm mm. You need to take a mental break. How many months? Okay, it's cool. Go ahead. No, he loves her, and it's almost like she slipped. Like her and mama. Ooh, God is just really doing with my visuals today. Okay, Lord. You know how when you put a baby down in the bed and you don't want to wake them up, so you kind of lay them down, but you slip the arm up out of them so it don't feel like a transition at all. Oh, that's what my mama did with. Well, that's what God did with my mama and Miss Katrina. It was such a sweet transition that yes, Ivy realizes mama is gone. He knows she's at the cemetery. But because it was such a sweet transition where she really got into that role of mothering him and nurturing him, even while mama was still here, even at the times when mama was in the hospital, she was there. So it was like that sweet transition. Ooh, God is so faithful. And then the lesson to be learned from this create and relate, I'm finna tell you. The doctor said my brother had a childhood terminal illness, life expectancy 5. He just turned 36 on the 8th of this month. So if God got Ivy past 5, the lesson that I'm learning is we shouldn't have been worrying about anything because he had already showed us that he does the impossible. He got him. And it's the same with Dizzy. One day, I've told it on the previous channel, but one day I'll talk about her life story and me going through labor and delivery and having had emergency C-section and her not breathing and just like an episode of House and her having to have surgery at 8 days old and just all these things. But even then, God took care of her. And he told me then, you do what I tell you to do, and I got her. And I got to get back on track. I got to get out of this house. I got to get back to my babies. I got to get back to going in these schools and seeing what the hell is going on. We literally they put out a thing yesterday. They're missing 361 teachers and school starts in 2 weeks. What? Huh? Nah, y'all ain't get my baby. I can't do it. And I am considering sending her to school for high school. But the only reason why is because it's the same principal that my daughter had, and they have an autism program in the actual school. And even then, it's probably gonna be 3 days a week. I just can't give y'all my baby 5 days. I'm not saying anything. I do it on the regular too. Creator late. If you hear her, she's talking third person perspective and cussing herself, just know that she's just know that's the two sides of her crazy. That's right. Thank you for creating relate for relating. Thank you for relating. Do you get that training so I can give you to keep you away from the ledge with the with the strongest line, man? But here's the thing about that though, I ain't nowhere near the ledge. I'm so far from it. Oh, but God, September the 22nd, 2023, and I can say that now, y'all. I was ready to check out of here. I was tired of these long hollers. I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of not having any answers. But God, He sent my family. But God, I heard my mama that morning say, Isha, let the family know what you're going through. I text my family in the group text, told them everything that I was feeling. I told them that, my husband's birthday is tomorrow. I just want to try to get through this weekend. I said, but if come Monday morning, I'm still feeling this heavy, I'm going somewhere. When I tell you that exact same day, well, one of my cousins, she texted me, she said, I'm going to God. And I know my prayers get through. They're twins. The other twin called me. She has a child with autism. And we talked for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it was what I needed. I didn't know. Once again, I was just overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, underinformed, and just everything was so, so heavy and so dark. I could not see. I could not see. But I knew I had to hold on to my faith. I knew I couldn't stay quiet. Y'all, by 12 o'clock, I was up taking a shower. I felt better. So I knew my family had went to God for sure in prayer. Sometimes we just got to share. People don't know. People don't know. And that day, they saved my life. They saved my life. One of my cousins called me. Do we need to go to Lakeside? What's up? I'll go with you. You ain't gotta go. I'm like, hold on, just let me. But the fact that they thought enough of my mental health, and when I called on them, they didn't make fun of it or joke about it. They really took heed because it's easy to isolate, and that's what the devil wants us to do. Because if he get us by ourselves, man, talking about on the ropes, constantly doing stomach gut punches, and you trying to hold and protect yourself. Gio, I think you can get that. Um, what do we call those when we that metaphor? I was on the ledge when my husband was with me. So glad he left. It brought so many things to light. See, and I also tell people sometimes we can't get let God be God. I don't put nobody in my life, and I don't take nobody out of my life. I let God do it. I let him do it, and he hasn't failed me yet. Keep your daughter homeschooled. It's good for her. That way she wakes up, she sees you, and knows you're there for her instead of she being in an environment filled with people who aren't or don't. Thank you for that, Gio. I will keep that in mind. See, I was thinking other kids like her possibly, but the other concern was I don't want her picking up other folks' behavior. She got her own set. She got her own set, baby. I don't need her picking up nobody else's. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get a home teacher to come in, homebound teacher to come in, or request that from the school. That's the only way I'm doing it. Mm-mm. The only way. I tried y'all before she regressed. Now either we gonna do it like this or we ain't gonna do it. What's up? Didn't feel that at the time. I was heartbroken. Yeah, but he had been abusing me, and I hadn't realized it because it wasn't physical. Yes, mental, and people don't even realize mental abuse. Mental abuse is worse than physical abuse. Do I still have some scars from childhood from physical abuse? I do. But guess what? They don't hurt. I can touch it. I feel nothing. But when I think about how it got there, that hurts. So mental abuse is much worse than physical abuse. Abuse is abuse. None of them should happen. But I just hope that that analogy, I can touch that scar from childhood abuse and no pain. But the memory of it, full of pain. You also keep her there. You can monitor her on a daily basis, and I'm sure she prefers it, mom and dad or her friends, rather than getting bullied. You're on to something, Gio. You're on to something, cause I'm gonna go to jail about mine, baby. I will go to jail. I will tell my husband to come on here. give y'all my booking number, tell y'all to put some on my books because they did something to Desi and I cut the F up and I got to do a little time. And I'm going to tell him to go live every now and then to hold the page down so we can still work on getting monetized and to keep y'all updated. But I'm going down by mine. I'm going to tell you. So, Gio, you're right. You just convinced me. You're right. You're right. You're, baby, as hard as I've gone for others, and I'm talking almost across the conference table. Who you talking to? So you're right. And that was me advocating for somebody else, child. You're right. Sometimes stuff got to be brought back into perspective. Sometimes we forget. It was tough homeschooling my two, but it was so rewarding. I know they wouldn't be as far as they are now. Create and relate, thank you. But can I reach out to you? Cause I'm struggling. I'm gonna keep doing it, but I'm just struggling. Like it's the phonics. Like even if you go back and hear her talking here when she was going bed, her little soft voice is like bed. She wanted me to put her in bed. I want bed, and then she wanted red, which was Coke. Um, for some reason, she labels everything by color, so I'm trying to work on getting her to label things, not everything, but most things by color. So I'm trying to get her to label things by name. We do have a communication device. It helps a lot. It's just I have ADHD. I'm not as organized as I'd like to be, and that's what I want to work on. And I would even be willing to pay if you could just even help me with the lesson plan. Seriously. Because the first couple of years have been so ABA centered that I don't want to do that anymore. I want it to be just more natural environment, um, and cut out hours where we sit down at the table and do some things together. That's another reason why I'm here for real, Gio. Because you just both of y'all just really helped me. Ha ha ha. No way. I was diagnosed with ADHD a few years ago. Absolutely. I was diagnosed at 34. And you wanna know why I got diagnosed? Because the oldest one went to get tested. My oldest child had got diagnosed at 7. My grandmother being elderly and understanding. Like grandmama didn't play about the Tuskegee experiment and us understanding it and us knowing about it. Um, and so grandmama said it was a white man's disease. It did not apply. I can laugh about it now. Grandmama said that was a white man's disease and it did not apply to us. So my daughter's pediatrician, who well respected, Dr. Grover Barnes, rest in heaven, amazing. He even said she didn't have it. He said if she had it, she would be touching everything in this office and she's just sitting here. She did have it. She had the wandering kind. She had um the ditzy kind. She had the kind that girls typically have. I, on the other hand, have the kind that boys typically have. And so her hyper doesn't show like my hyper. Her hyper didn't show like my son hyper. So that was 7 for her, right? So she gets to the 10th grade. My son, I think, is in the 4th, 5th grade. His teacher tells me he is such a mannerable child. I have no issues out of him with except for one thing. He cannot focus. He needs to be tested. So at that point, I started thinking like, wait, do I need to be tested? Because keep in mind, I got beatings for stuff that I ain't had no control over. Um, my conduct would always be ends and U's. Couldn't sit down. Wouldn't stop talking. Da da da. Da. But my grades would always be A's and B's. So looking back over that, then I haven't completed college. Do I want to complete college? Yes. But for me to complete college, just a solid $5,000. I don't have that right now. So until I get that solid five, I'm just gonna hold off on that degree. But I'm gonna get it. That's for sure. Too close not to. Um, but had enough college credits for 2 degrees because I kept changing my major. So I go and I get tested. I go to get tested. Of course, the doctor asked me, why, what are my thoughts? And one was my husband told me he would never want to be in my head. He was like, your head never turns off. Two, I didn't know that people actually had silent brains, like a moment of silence in their brain. I didn't know that existed. Um, Three, I was not about to put my kids on any form of medication or anything if I hadn't tested it for myself. And that may sound crazy, but baby, call me the cupbearer. I need to know. So Got tested. Doctor told me I don't even know how you make this fall without assistance, like resilience. Thank you, Lord. I know it was God. It wasn't me. Um, and then it also messes with your mental because you see your friends completing things, your peers completing things, and you're always like, Lord, why is it I can't complete anything? I have two trades. I have a notary and I have my cosmetology license. Can't do either of them right now because of this. But neither here nor there, and still have enough. Like I said, I'm instead of certain credits, I'm about 5,000 short of finishing school. So, um, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, the ADHD. So yeah, so I got tested. I got medicine. I took the medicine and I was styling a little girl's hair. I remember raising my head up because everything was so quiet. I remember looking around the house and saying, I'm not thinking about anything but what I'm doing right now. Whoa. But then the first medicine they gave me to try was Ritalin. I didn't like it. It had that shaking effect. So finally we found what worked for me, which is Adderall. And when I tell you I would get things done and things in order. So my son, I go ahead because I read the book Driven to Distraction, says that over 50% of the black male population in prison is undiagnosed ADHD. My son will not fall into that category. I noticed my daughter, she was under strict things up until the ninth grade. Then they let the 10th graders have a little free reign. Her grades started dropping. So we all at the same time really got treated properly. And I'll never forget my mom, of course, took that personal. Don't give him that medicine. To mind you, I already cried about it. And I already prayed over it. Lord, please don't let him get addicted to that, God. I just don't want, but I'm trying to do what's right. And then, but I hadn't told my mom that I got tested because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. But of course, she gonna make stuff about her. So finally, I had to say, Mama, the medicine works. Yeah, you don't how to get. I said, I know because I took it. So you just taking medicine? I said, no, mother. I was tested for ADHD. I have it. Oh, so now you're telling me I'm a horrible mama. I didn't, girl. You bit me and pushed me out of a dark. You think you bad, mama, because you didn't go get me tested for. It's okay. Sure. Rest your nerves. But yes, that's how I found out. And I was 34. 34. Um, my son's 2. I have it too. LO can't be nowhere with having something to do. How old is my youngest? Is 14. Um, but it was the oldest at that time. She's 29 now. But when I tell you, I even apologized to her. I said, I'm so sorry that I waited so long to address this for you. Um, that girl went through college. She had her accommodations. She completed college. She's gotten her master's degree. She's a teacher. Um, Having accommodations is nothing to be ashamed of. When I did start back to college, I was doing great. Pandemic hit, a lot of money changed, so couldn't go back to school. Um, but I was doing great. I was getting my accommodations. I would get the what do you call those things? PowerPoints before class, so I could look over like it things that I if I would have got them through high school, I probably would have been valedictorian because I was still in the high number of my classmates. Um, and so they would look at a child like that and say, "You don't have ADHD," but I did. My brain stayed busy. It was an overload. And hyper doesn't just mean physical. It means your brain can be hyper too. That's why they completely did away with ADD. And I'm so grateful because people made it seem like it was such a huge, oh, I have ADD. I don't have ADHD. I don't have the hyper part. Yes, the hell you do. Your brain is hyper. Whether your body is moving or not, your brain is going, 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 going. Whew. So I'm happy they did away with ADD, period. But yes, I do. And ADHD is no joke. Not adulting, and especially trying to homeschool. So again, can I reach out to you, create and relate? My youngest does have ADHD too, but we knew that way before. We knew that before 5. We knew that at around 3. Um, because that her level of hyperness still had nothing to do with autism to me. And I also knew that my other kids had it. All of my siblings have it. All of them. Mom side, dad side. So what does that say? My mama probably had it too. I'm pretty sure she did. Um, I'm pretty sure she did. So we knew. When we took her to the neurologist, I was trying to get a sleep safe bed for her because I didn't want her getting out the bed at night, sneaking and doing stuff. And I don't know how old your kids are, but that just made me think about that. There are beds that they do have, creating related sleep safe bed. Um, the newest one is called the cozy bed or something, but that's something to look into. The sleep safe bed is definitely more sturdier for sure, based off what I saw. But hey, the cozy cubby or something up, but that's something to look into, based on the ages. But that little joker at 3, when we took her to the neurologist to get the bed, the neurologist comes in the room, looks at her, da da da. She's like, "Whew." She's like having 5 kids. Baby, I literally was like, "No shit, Sherlock. That's why I'm here to see you." Oh, 18. Aw. Do they do weighted blankets? Hashtag rambling and forgetting the comments. I'm not forgetting the comments, Gio. I'm intentionally turning my head away from the comments so I can completely say what I want to say and then come back to the comments, because I find if you go back and listen to my videos, there's a lot of topics that that started that's not finished because I get distracted by a comment and say something to the comment. I'm not forgetting to read the comments. Oh, thank you, Gio. Aisha shares a lot, but some things are private on here, like her daughter's age. So privately, you guys can talk. Oh, you're so sweet, Gio. Thank you for looking out for Dizzy. Such a bad stigma to autism and ADHD. I told my baby, it is a superpower. ADHD is a superpower. Now, I'm a horrible multitasker. I used to be great at it, but not anymore. But I also, after taking sociology, I had a great sociology professor. He was an older guy. Um, he, yeah, I could have conversations with him for days. But um, what was I getting ready to say that the man said? What did he say in sociology? It was something about um, shoot, I don't forget. Aisha, I just love when you're happy. Thank you, Gio. He said, honestly, I'm not feeling coming. It's 18. They are much younger mentally, but also very old. Baby, I know. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Daisy is going through her monthly. Do you want to know what my baby is doing right now when she asked me when she was like, bed, bed? Baby, she wanted me to not only tuck her in bed, but I got this heating pad for me when I cramp that goes over my head and it puts heat to my belly and my back. Desi has it on right now, and she's tucked in her bed, 2 weighted blankets on her, another blanket on top, and she is just. I said, baby. So yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. She still does Yo Gabba Gabba. Like her episodes, periods are Yo Gabba Gabba, Bubble Guppies, Ella Elephant. Now, when it comes to movies, Finding Nemo, Dory. That's it. What's crazy is my oldest kid though, which that girl's so spiritual. I should have known something then. Her favorite movie was Green Mile. And I don't know if I was a good mama or a bad mama for letting her watch it, but it was 3 hours long, and y'all, it captivated her. So of course, every time she said, "Mama, can I watch the Green Mile?" Sure. So I don't know if that was good. Was that good parenting or not, child? No, but no, I get it. Cause Desi, even though she's 13, mentally, I would give her about now cognitively. I think she's up there because Desi is doing like all these genius type puzzles that I can't do nothing with. Nothing with. Her receptive language is getting better, but it's not where it should be for her age. I would still say she's around 3 for receptive and 2 for expressive. I love all those films, including The Green Mile. creating relate. Aisha is a superhero. Her superpower is putting a smile on someone's face. Mine, if nobody else likes her, I do. I'll always be here for her if she has nobody here. She has me all day. Oh, thank you. It was an 18 movie, but my daughter watched at 15 because I knew what parts she would understand and which bits. Listen, she was much younger. When I tell you 7, 8, maybe, but she fully understood that movie. She was like, "Mama, he's healing them." Like she was just so. I can't even explain it. I was just. And she's always been that way though. Always been that way. Even now, um, she's just an old soul. Like I call her at 9:30. Mama, what you doing up so late? What? It's just 9:30. You know I be in the bed at 9 o'clock. I have to get my rest. Now, granted, she has to be up by 5 to be at work by 6. But she, what you doing up so late? I will never run out of comments. She would never talk to herself. I'm making my point of duty for that not to happen on here. Thank you, Gio. Because you know I will have a whole conversation with me. I will hold a whole conversation with me and be like, what? Because in the end, a lot of times it's for me. Like today, that worrying takes away from the present. That was for me. Oh, that was for me. You know, as a parent, what they understand, if you're a good parent, my son is 18 and I won't let him watch it yet. Yeah. And I can understand it. Like, Desi, I would never, never, because she would never grasp it. Um, Shoot, the two middle sons, they don't even care to grasp it. But then also certain things like Sinners, I hadn't watched it. I don't know why. My spirit is telling me no, and so I'm gonna follow my spirit for it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But hey, 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 my spirit ain't led me wrong, so I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna follow it for sure, for sure. Okay. I just thank y'all so much for keeping me company this morning. I do. Aisha, I watched another one of your lives and I wasn't there, and I realized whenever I'm not there, weird comments come through, like the person who asked about your paint. Yeah, and you know what? Thankfully, you know I know how to deal with trolls. Shout out to the weak sector. They taught me so much over there. They really did. I always get them accolades for that. Um, so I don't even mind the trolls. Yeah, they say crazy stuff, but I don't mind them. How's your mom, Gio? Look at you going back as the manager, checking comments and stuff. You know you can delete those comments in block um on the replay, Gio. I don't know if you knew that or not. But like when you're watching the replay, you can delete and block on the replay as well. A shout out to you for continuing to keep a cool head. Like I said, strength of a lion, heart of a tiger. I'm trying. And I'm trying because that's just who I want to be. I literally I want my energy to be so peaceful and so strong that If I walk into a chaotic situation, I don't have to say a word. But because of the spirit in me, it's going to cease. And the only way to do that is to live it every day. I'm good. I'm glad she's good. Please tell her I asked about her. Tell her I asked about her. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll keep that in mind. You have taught me so much. Oh, child. Shoot. I wish you could teach me how to edit. I was just saying I got a coloring video. I was trying to edit it on my iMovie because I want to get it out of my storage. It's too freaking long. And I think I'm just going to give it up and let it go. But I really hate it because it was such a pretty picture. I think I'm going to just let it go. But yep, you can. And I ain't gonna do nothing but create another page and come back. But I would troll the troll. Like dude came in today talking about some can you sleep on stream? No, you won't be masturbating to me, sucker. Like, no. So I catch on, you know. But conversation is engage conversation is considered engagement. So I go troll for troll. Don't delete them immediately. No. Let them talk first. Let me talk. So I get that engagement. And then blow their ass up here. What would one do on the island if oh should we put volcanoes on our island, Gio? What do I need on Aisha's island? Come on, you're from Jamaica, man. Man. I said it wrong. You're from Jamaica, man. But I don't know how we'll get it to you. It's so large. Oh, can I do it through Gmail? I don't know. We can talk about it on the back end, Gio. Um, for those of you who would like to see my mom, there is a picture of her over on Instagram. Um, this was taken while she was battling cancer. Um, my mother refused to wear wigs. She's a beautiful lady. Um, strong. I know that's where my strength comes from. Her, my grandmother. They're strong women in my line. That's for sure. That's for sure. In my lineage, shall I say. Um, and I love that. It's just a picture of I love of her. That I love of her because it shows that she is a fighter. And you know what else? You know, childhood PTSD is complicated, y'all. It's complex. But know that every child doesn't walk away hating their parent. I don't hate my mother. I've never hated my mother. Even in my beatings, and maybe that's something I need to go to therapy about, even in my beatings, mental abuse, physical abuse, rejection, abandonment, all of that. Mm, I still love her because it's my mother. Um, and she took accountability, y'all. That's what matters more than anything. She did take accountability. Did she change? No. She tried. I saw it. I saw her try. That's all I can ask for. So yes, I love her. Yesterday, I did come on. I said, "Happy heavenly birthday, Mama." Y'all gonna hear me come on. If I come on tomorrow, it's gonna be the same thing. Happy heavenly birthday, Mama. Um, I miss you, and I do. Life is hard without her. Things that come on this page. Volcanoes are an idea. I know. I was thinking about volcanoes for block. When you block somebody, just throw them in the volcano, Geo. Are an idea, and you can bring story times, and not just about you talking about when you go live, like experiences and videos. Maybe you could talk about things that might help other people. True, true. Okay, things like what though? Come on. Um, Mental things, and not like I said, not just about me, but hey, maybe we could, because I do think we need to learn about certain disorders and mental illnesses, and because we have so many of them that's just what's the word, misconstrued. Um, Everybody that has paranoid schizophrenia is not gonna take everybody out, okay? Everyone that's bipolar doesn't mean that they're crazy and they're like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. There's so many. You might be on to something, Gio. I like that. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Creator Lake, you got any ideas? But Gio, I still need some more geographical things for the island. Like, are we gonna have a lounge area? Are we gonna have a pool area? Or are we just doing oceanside? Are we gonna have a cannabis section? What we gonna do? Like types of medicine and herbs. Oh, Gio, that's a good idea. Look at now, that's a good idea. Because I've really been thinking about doing one for Wildflower. Am I saying that right? Wildflower Tea Company. Because that inflammation time, I know I say it often. That inflammation tamer tea is a hidden gem, and I want to provide it. But I also want to figure out how to. I gotta get on another system, not even another system, but maybe either OBS or I'm gonna see what stream y'all are talking about. But because I do know I can show things here, I would have to upload them though. Let me try something. Let me try something. Let me see if this is gonna work. So yeah, so I would have to upload everything that I want to use before the live. So that's pretty cool. That could work too. Lounge and pool area, lounge for chilling, pool area for days when we just want to have fun. Yeah, look at. Okay, Gio, we're gonna talk more for real behind the scenes. Behind the scenes for real. Because some days I don't have a topic. And what made me have a topic was it seemed the topic live from, I don't know though, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? They just seem to get um more views and more retention. Is that right? The retention for time. So I couldn't ask for more. I like that volcano though. Geo, take him to the volcano. It tickle me, but I like it. Now we'll say this, Geo. Let me fight all my battles though. If I gotta squabble up, I'll squabble up. Don't you squabble up for me. I don't want you having to fight nobody on this internet. But I shouldn't have to fight anyone. And when I say that, argue verbally. Baby, did y'all catch that word? Verbally. My speech therapist would laugh about that one. Verbally. Geo, you came in at 30 minutes. I intentionally stayed an additional 30 minutes so you would have a full hour today. Plus my oldest is here, so honestly I could stay longer, but ain't nobody gonna come back and watch no 2 hour live. I take the back because they did watch the 2 hour live. Um, Not much. We just talked about um what are some things we could call the island or have on the island since it's called Aisha's Island. So one of them is a volcano. And so when Geo blocks, he can be like, I can be like, send him to the volcano, Geo, or off to the volcano you go. Just really having fun talking about at this point rambling, talking about much and nothing. Yeah, I'm finna be somebody's grandmama. That is just yeah. I'm excited. Right, definitely need a volcano. Mandatory. I'm feeling it already. Some coconut trees. Hmm. I'm seeing it, y'all. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. Hey, when you want ideas, I'm your person. I've met a lot of people who pretend to be nice and they ask me for ideas. I give them, they don't want it. So I appreciate you taking them. Or an ice bath. Somewhere to, I have never had an ice bath. I really want to try it because I heard it's great for pain. But baby, I sit in a cold tub one day trying to help with my pain. And I was like, how do people do it? But I will say afterwards, I felt better. Afterwards, I felt better. So yes, we can have an ice bath. We can have that over there, like in the therapeutic section with the sauna and a what is it, a hot tub. And then we're by the ocean, so salt water itself is healing. The ice yeah, I sat in that cold water. I was like, baby, but it did help. It did help. Another trick you can do though, if you can't do your whole body, put your hands in ice water, just your hands, and I think it's just for 60 seconds. Yeah, there's certain rain I can't go out in. It feels like acid. I can feel you on that. When it's raining, it's rare that I'm out because 9 times out of 10, rain causes me pain like before it actually comes, so I'm already in pain. But wind feels like it's cutting my skin. Warmth is definitely my friend as well, for sure. Um, Create and relate. You creating, but guess what? I can relate for the ice bath. I would try it, but I don't need to. LOL. when you have natural and the power of God. And that's true because salt water, man, salt water is so healing. It is healing. I feel like I need to take saltwater trips twice a year. Twice a year. And baby, I could lie, I went in with all my colors. Won't say I wanted one grandchild over the other. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna be a grandma. Grandma Isha. Grandma Isha. Okay, Jill. I'll take them. I trust you. I trust you. Saltwater is amazing. We had salt lakes near where we used to live, and just being near them was healing. Yes, I watched this young lady. I don't know the name of her channel. She had this skin condition, and she said I don't know if she researched or something. Just told her she needed to get towards salt water. And when I say her body really did heal, it really did heal. Salt water is definitely amazing. I need to get to some real soon. But I won't be swimming, that's for sure. I'm just gonna go in there. Cut it out. I see you at 119. I love that. Yes, it happened. I was like, whoa, hey y'all. It reduces the inflammation naturally. Yeah. And that's also why it's good to put things like Epsom salt in your bath water. And take, you know, those type of baths. I know we're in such a hurry and we're the shower society, but my grandmother and my mother-in-law both lived to be in their 90s, and guess what both of them use? Epsom salt to soak. Guess what both of them did? Rub their legs down every day. Every day. So I'm implementing some of that. Yes, I'm Grandma Isha. My kids started that, um, which is crazy because um, my son, my bonus son, my daughter's husband, was so baffled about how my grandson would refer to his grandfathers because he has three grandfathers. Um, he's like, I just don't understand this. I said, well, technically, your wife has four granddaddies. She adjusted just fine. Woo! She adjusted just fine. The more the merrier. Hey, consider it a blessing. Please don't make that a trauma or something distraught. It's not. There's more individuals to love the baby. And it doesn't make the baby confused. We just and so that's kind of how it happened with my kids. They had to they had to separate my daddy, granddaddy Ivy, my mama's husband, granddaddy Dwayne, and granddaddy Dwayne been around since they were babies, so that's granddaddy Dwayne. Go ahead. I'm about to get off. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I will see you again. I'm actually about to get off. But I do appreciate you for taking this time with me because I'm not finna use up all my time. My baby here watching her sister. I'm gonna go to sleep or go look at somebody else live or do something. Color. But yeah. So have a good day. Try your best to stay pain free and get rest and enjoy yourself and enjoy those babies. And it's always great to see you and hang out. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You really helped me today. Whew. But baby, them having Them four granddaddies, they tickled me. And at that point, he was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, let's not make some things hard because that's really a blessing, you know? It is a blessing. Three of the granddaddies was on, well, no, that's all the babies' granddaddies. So yeah, they were up on the, when did the reveal. Maybe we ain't doing it. We want grandbaby to be loved and do. Gio, you have been the best as always. I appreciate you, little bro, for hanging out with me, chit chatting with me. Yes, I did, and I'm going to watch it again because when I did put it on, I dozed off. Don't judge me, Gio. I told you what week this is, but yes, I am gonna do it again. Um, what else was I about to say? Um, that's it. I guess if I could say anything, smiling through the pain is one thing, but don't keep that mask. Oh, I did give. I just answered, huh? In that white and black. I'm sorry, in that black clear container. I mean, don't even sound right. The black container with the clear top. You got cabbage on one side and the pork chop on one side. In the refrigerator. I think the second and third shelf. I think it's on the second or third shelf in the refrigerator. Oh boy, you said she pregnant. You said, of course, no comments. I did say something. I said, Gio, I did put it on. No, but I am going back, and that's the honest to God's truth. I would not lie to you, and I did that yesterday. As soon as you sent it, um, but no, I got you. I promise you, I do more than once. So it played, but I can't tell you because I know I dozed off soon as I hit, baby, baby. But I do thank you for being my YouTube manager. Um, couldn't think of anyone better. You keep me on track, and I appreciate that. Um, in front of the scenes and behind the scenes, I appreciate that. I am about to go. Um, my daughter already eating lunch, and I've been here a pretty good, decent time. I took advantage of the time that I had. You still ain't found it? Did you find it? Okay. She's so greedy. Just but feed the grandbaby. If he want it, he can have it. But all right, y'all. And I just thank you anyway for just taking this time with me, allowing me to be myself, allowing me to laugh, um, even cry today. Thank you. Sending lots of love, joy, peace, and blessings your way. Remember, you and only you are responsible for your happiness. All right, y'all. Peace and be safe. I enjoy being your YouTube manager. Stay safe. You as well, Gio. All right. Peace.